Last year, 2010, when I had a back injury, I was actually I was lifting a few large chunks of bricks where there was a broken wall in my back garden, and as I was bending down, I had just bent straight over, trying to pull the bricks over, and then basically I was getting a lot of force put onto my lower back, obviously being that the way that I was bending down. So the next morning I woke up, and then it wasn't hurting straight away. Within like a few minutes of getting up, I was like, when I started moving around, my back was hurting, my lower back region was hurting quite a lot, and then I was just starting to have, the pain was gradually increasing as the day went on, and then I went to the hospital, and then I had to get it checked, and I asked them to have an x-ray done because the pain was getting worse. And I went to the hospital, had an x-ray done, and it did show some problems in my lower back. So after that I just started taking some rest and went to the GP. I was provided some painkillers, and the problem carried on, and it carried on getting worse, and the pain was increasing. So at that time I wasn't sure really what was the best thing I needed for having my back fixed. So I went for some physiotherapy sessions. I did those whilst I was on my painkillers. I started getting advice from a few different people. I went to a physiotherapist, and he said to me that it would probably require some kind of simple treatment, maybe some massage, and I started having a couple of sessions. There wasn't really much improvement, and then at this point, this was like maybe a week had gone by, I started getting severe pain in my right leg. As soon as my pain in my right leg started happening, it was affecting my walking. I wasn't able to walk easily. The pain in my back was there. Having the pain in my back was aggravating me and doing my daily routines, but the pain obviously in my leg was making it very difficult for me to function in my job, so I had to take time off work, so I took time off of work. I was having physiotherapy. It didn't seem like things were getting any better for me. And then eventually I was doing some research on the internet to find out the different treatments that there are available out there. Then I came across the clinic, and I called in, booked an appointment, and then I had a MRI scan done just after a couple of sessions where I did some traction treatment, I think it was called, with the clinic, which did help me. The traction was good. It was using a small machine which was fixed to my back. It started helping me get over the amount of pain that I was suffering. I think some kind of injury in my back. The injury I had in my back, it was getting a little bit of relief from this traction treatment. But being that the pain was unbearable in my leg, I was told by the clinic that there was some kind of a pinched nerve problem which was going on in my leg, which was causing me to have this problem. And when I came to the clinic, I was told that there was going to be a machine coming in. This was after a couple of months, which was something that was worth trying for this problem that I was experiencing with my discs in my lower back and my nerve problem in my leg. So once I began the treatment on the machine technique, I think spinal decompression, which is what I found when I researched treatments, and that's what this machine was targeted to do, some form of spinal decompression. So using this machine, it seemed that the improvement that I was having before starting the machine, it was kind of, my progress was getting better far quicker using the machine. So I persisted with the machine, and I was told that it was going to be ideal to have regular sessions on this machine. So I was coming a couple of times a week. I was willing to try anything really that would help me. I mean, I was a bit unsure, having not had this experience before, never thankfully having any major back problems before, and this problem was quite major. My pain was, it was so high that I wanted to get back into doing my job and work, but it just wasn't allowing me to do it. And there was too much pain. So this machine really helped me, and the improvement of the machine was quite rapid. And now I felt that the exercises were obviously doing me some justice, but the fact that I was having the two things working together hand in hand, doing exercises and using this machine, it made me feel like I was going to get to that quick recovery, which I was, at first didn't expect. I didn't know how to get to a quick recovery, but since I started having the sessions on the machine, I felt like I was actually getting somewhere quite rapidly in terms of the timescales I had been told by a number of people before I even came to the clinic, that for this kind of problem, what my initial scan showed me, which was like I had an initial scan, first scan I had was about a month after the problem began, just after my x-ray, and it showed quite severe damage. And since I had the machine, it was there was a kind of a rough time scale I was told, but it was only maybe a few months down the line and I was already feeling like I was able to walk properly. My pain in my leg was a lot more bearable. It wasn't 100% straight away, but it took weeks and a bit of persistency with exercises, with the treatment, and I felt I felt more alive as the days were going by. I was feeling like I was heading somewhere. I was actually having very excellent progress. So I mean, I was quite happy to carry on with the machine, and so I would recommend it, and I have recommended it to a few friends who have had this problem with their backs and with sciatic pain and nerve problems and etc.
And has the clinic given you some guidance on how to lift up walls so you don't repeat that problem again?
Yeah, I have. I had been a bit foolish at the start. Maybe some error from my side in my posture and how I should have been lifting something. There's correct ways of lifting things. So you realise these errors, they amount to a lot of pain in the end. But thankfully, to this clinic and this treatment that I've been able to have successfully, I've been able to get a quick recovery from my problem. Hopefully I won't encounter these problems further in my future, and just being more careful.
Thank you.